Washington family.
The person on the other line said, unplug your Alexa devices right now.
A private conversation recorded inside their home.
I felt invaded, like total privacy invasion.
They say their Amazon Alexa device then sent it to someone else without their consent.
I'm never plugging that device in again. I can't trust it.
New at 11, one family's warning and what Amazon says is to blame. KIRO 7's Gary Horker talked to that woman who first warned Amazon this was happening.
And now, Gary, she wants to know if the same thing has happened to other Alexa users.
She sure does, and I believe Amazon does too. Now, for the record, Amazon told me tonight what happened to the woman you're about to meet is very, very rare, and they're working on it. But she says what happened to her is a serious breach of an expectation of private conversations in your own home, and she wants Amazon to make sure that everyone who uses Alexa has privacy in their own home.
My husband and I would randomly joke sometimes, like, I bet these devices are listening to what we're saying.
Until recently, Danielle's home was completely wired up in every room with the Amazon Echo. Her family used the Alexa app to do everything from turn up the heat to turn off the lights. But Danielle told us via Skype that 2 weeks ago, their love for Alexa changed with an alarming phone call.
The person on the other line said, unplug your Alexa devices right now.
That person was one of her husband's employees calling from Seattle.
We go around and unplug them all. He proceeded to tell us that he had received audio files, recordings from what was going on in our house.
Danielle says her Amazon device in her Portland home recorded a private conversation and sent that recording to a random contact, which happened to be the employee in Seattle.
At first, my husband was like, no, you didn't. And he's like, you sat there talking about hardwood floors. And we're, oh gosh, you really did.
Danielle listened to the conversation and she couldn't believe someone 176 miles away heard it too.
I felt invaded, like total privacy invasion. Like, immediately I'm like, I'm never plugging that device in again. I can't trust it.
Danielle unplugged all the devices.
It was one of these that sent it.
And she repeatedly called Amazon. She says an Alexa engineer investigated.
Our engineers went through all of your logs. They saw exactly what you told us, exactly what you said what happened, and we're sorry.
We're sorry.
He apologized like 15 times in like a matter of 30 minutes and said, we really appreciate you bringing this to our attention. This is something we need to fix.
And did he tell you why it happened?
He said that the device guessed what we were saying.
When we asked Amazon questions, they sent this response. Amazon takes privacy very seriously. We investigated what happened and determined this was an extremely rare occurrence. We are taking steps to avoid this from happening in the future.
You know, husband and wife, when they're in the privacy of their home, they have conversations that they're not expecting to be sent to their address book.
Well, Danielle has asked Amazon for a refund for all those devices that she no longer uses. Amazon seems reluctant to do that, and we have pressed Amazon today several specific questions about exactly how this happened. We didn't get to specific answers. If we hear any more or how you can protect yourself with your own device, we'll pass it on to you.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. You would think something like this would actually wake people up, you know, because there's so many people out there who look at us all as tinfoil hat wearers, and it doesn't matter what we discuss. We can talk about something so severe as child trafficking, and they still are like, oh, you know, you're just crazy. When it comes to the spying stuff, the technology spying on us and listening to us, knowing that they're doing all of this, they've already admitted it with the Patriot Act and everything else. People are so blind, but especially so naive to all of this, right? But do you think maybe when they heard a story like this, they would think twice about putting a device like this in their home? Because who knows what could happen? Let's be realistic. For the most part, 99.9% of people who live inside of that matrix, not us, the people who are awake, that live in that matrix, are fakes. They're frauds. They're phonies, right? They put on this act, right? They go after people like me, and they're like, oh, hate speech, hate speech, hate speech. What a horrible person. Let's be tolerant, and, you know, all the liberals. Let's be tolerant and accepting of all. But they're hypocrites, right? Because behind closed doors, they do nothing but talk crap about each other, hate on things, complain about things. It's the world that we live in. That's what these people living inside that matrix are all about. So you'd think hearing something like this, they might be concerned about getting this type of technology because they could be talking crap. You know, two girls could be in an apartment talking crap about their husbands, and the message could get sent to them, right? Just like the story says. But really what they should be concerned about is who's really listening and how all of these conversations are being recorded and they're being relayed to Central Intelligence, to other agencies that are here to spy on us. Now they might go, well, what am I hiding from everybody, right? Compared to someone like me who might be openly talking about some serious topics inside of my home. They might go, well, what's the worst I'm going to talk about? My pizza or, my dinner tonight that I'm eating or something like that? Changing a diaper or going to the laundromat. So they go, oh, who cares, right? Until they're blackmailed and affected by it. Remember, these secret societies who operate through, these brotherhoods and loyal oaths and all that stuff, they operate through blackmail. Okay? All of these guys are blackmailed with one another. That's why they don't screw and cross one another. Right? This guy's had sex with that kid. That guy's had sex with that kid. That woman's had sex with that girl. Right? It's all documented. It's all known. Right? So they don't cross each other because they're all part of the same secret societies. But think about the regular person out there. You don't think that by them having this information that if at any time you could have been involved in something that maybe one of these zombies, right, who has the Amazon Echo or the Google Home, maybe they're talking about something they shouldn't be talking about, but it's not a huge deal, or maybe it's just about having an affair, right? A wife talking to another woman about having an affair. They're recording this conversation, and at some point in time, you might wake up. Or you might be indicted in some type of case where, there's somebody who they want to get off the hook and have a plea deal or whatever, the non-guilty vote. They use these things against everyone. They want all of this, not just for your information, to scare you, to intimidate you, to blackmail you. That's why they want it. People are just like, oh, they only automatically think like, well, big deal. They're recording me playing video games. Wow, whoop-de-dee-dee. They're doing a lot more than that for a lot more reasons. All of this stuff is going in a secret file. All of this stuff can be used against you whenever they want. If they need to intimidate you, if they need to press you, right? If they need to turn you, flip you, whatever it could be. Yet people still are like, yeah, but I need the Amazon Echo because I don't want to get up and turn on the lights. Huh? I need the Amazon Echo in my home because, instead of like putting on an iPod or a CD or whatever, I'd rather just ask it to play the latest hits from Pat Benatar. I need the Amazon Echo because my light switch is too far across the room. I don't want to go and I don't want to flush my toilet, so I use the Amazon. I forgot to lift the seat. I don't know the capabilities this thing has other than the fact that it just keeps people lazy and useless, but it's there to spy. It's a spying device. And this should be something that people go, okay, maybe I'll reconsider having this type of technology. Because remember, like I always say, the New World Order and all this stuff, the people are asking for it. They're demanding it. They want it. The people out there who keep spewing this stuff where they're like, oh my gosh, here's military tanks in my town and they're going to come down my road and shoot me in the head if I don't get in and go to a FEMA camp. These are paranoid, delusional morons. Everyone's going to ask for this stuff. Then, when people like us resist what is now put into law, what is now passed because the zombies asked for it, then people like us, they'll bring cops to our homes and they'll say, listen, you didn't get microchipped, you didn't get your vaccinations, you're not obeying the law, you go to the FEMA camp. That's how it works. But people are asking for this type of technology, right? And Amazon's on damage control. They're like, well, the command said to do this. There shouldn't be a device in your home that's recording your conversations. Now, I understand that smart TVs are spying on us. I understand it. I understand having a laptop, having the internet, all this stuff is, means in a sense that I have this stuff in my home, even though I go to the extreme measures to prevent any of that stuff from being able to happen. I don't have a smart TV. I don't have a smartphone. Okay, I have a laptop. I have no computer, no camera on it. It's completely covered. Everything in my house that could have a camera is covered on it. You know, from computer to whatever, right? To television, even though, you know, my TV doesn't have one, but who knows? There's locations that could have it on there. They could have it for years, and I know that they have the technology to be listening to the television, so I'm aware of all this stuff, right? But as society keeps quote unquote evolving, more and more people ask for this type of technology because it's cool, it's normal, right? Because through the marketing, through telling and normalizing in television shows, right? Everybody's got the device in the TV shows and the reality shows, the celebrities push it, then people want it. And they're like, oh yeah, you know, it'd be great to have the Amazon app go, hey Alexa, you know, can you wipe my rear end? I mean, how far is this gonna go? And they don't realize the main goal of having this is just to spy. You're just giving more access to the government to your home. And if you're one of these people who goes, oh, who cares? I trust in my government. Then you're a useless. I mean, watch the video I put up yesterday about how our government treats us and cares about us and our military. And the experiments that they do on people. Watch that and then tell me that they've changed though. Oh, have they? They've changed? Yeah, they've changed because they've gotten better and better at technology, and now they do it more and more, and now they don't need to perform all these experiments that way because they're performing the experiments on all of us. Drugging our food because nobody stops it. Nobody says anything about it. We allow it, and then people invite devices like the Alexa into their home. It's insane. I mean, imagine if this couple was talking about the guy it got sent to, and they were like, what if it was the guy's boss? And he was just like, what a piece of crap this guy is. You know, have you seen his toupee? Guy's got BO, smells like, you know, his breath smells like 10-day-old coffee. And then suddenly Alexa sends it to that guy. I mean, these are things where people should just be like, all right, enough's enough. I can get up and I can turn the lights on myself without needing the stinking Amazon Echo to do it for me. But instead, Amazon comes out with statements, right? Oh, this is just a temporary thing. This isn't normal. This isn't going to happen again. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, folks. And people go, whew, okay. Amazon promised it won't happen again. So I guess my Echo is safe in my house. But we'll just be careful next time. As long as that thing is plugged in, that thing is listening. And I'm sure even unplugged that these things still have the power and capability to record and listen. Get them out of your homes. The technology is going too far. From the Apple, you know, the iPhone X, turning people into avatars and emojis and all this stuff. Then people see the agendas, the transhumanism behind that stuff. The microchip getting pushed. Allowing the government into your home where they don't actually have to come in and break in with guns, or, you know, this isn't like the days where they would wiretap the mob. This isn't The Sopranos where they got to go speak in the basement or go to a payphone anymore. You have full access, and then you're giving them more access. You're giving them access where they can record stuff, where they can blackmail you on the spot and send conversations to other people that you're having in real time. Insanity. And people still go, whatever. It happened to her, but it won't happen to me. It's one story. Imagine how many more there are. People don't even know it. That's the point. People wouldn't know. It's getting sent to people on your contact list. Yeah, it's also getting sent to the government. It's getting sent to the CIA and the FBI. It's getting sent to Homeland Security. Boy, this world, I mean, I'll tell you, stuff like this that we keep allowing to happen just shows how dumb, how stupid the people out there are. Not us, the people out there who can't do anything by themselves, who need robots and computers to do everything. And it's like, this might be the littlest of things, right? Like, could somebody live without this device? I mean, is it really doing that much? Right? I mean, is it helping a woman who can't walk? Is it getting her into a stretch, into a wheelchair, I should say, or something like that? I mean, it's putting on lights, it's turning on ovens, it's turning on your computer, and people are like, well, it's worth it, even if they're going to record me and do all this stuff, because I'm not going to ever do anything. Yeah, wait until the point where they want to microchip everybody, and people are like, no, and stuff like that, and then they can just go, well, I could always send this to your wife, and do this. Now follow along. We want you to follow along and worship Satan and do this stuff. You don't think people will bow down and do it because they're so afraid of the things that they've said in privacy? It would make them look like hypocrites. And I mean, this is stuff people have to think about, but they don't. Because they trust in their government. That's why people should watch the video I put up on our government, what they do to people. It gets worse and worse by the day. And now we have our own citizens willingly doing this stuff, right? And that's real great for us, the rest of us who are awake, right? We got to deal with these morons who are asking for all this technology, who are asking for all of our rights to be taken away. Get rid of guns. Get rid of free speech because it's hateful, right? Next thing you know, these idiots are going to be looking around going, what the hell happened? Oh, crap. Yeah, oh, crap is right. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.